I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready! Check! Hurt! Trap 60! Trap 60! Ready,
They'll start on the ground with Strong.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
Hurt! Right there, right.
On first down, right back to Strong.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Let's go now. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers.
At the 29-yard line.
79 Broncos.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. You talk about this Lions defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. On now is the Packers punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Lions first down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
That is caught by Laporta.
And in for the Lions touchdown.
Sam Laporta with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions Lions have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here's Reed returning. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize.
He's got a man complete.
Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 79 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Duggan looking to throw. Throw caught by Raymond.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Duggan.
Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And a good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
To throw is Duggan. Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Duggan now to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown. But when you throw it out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Steps away to his left.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Give to Strong running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Packers 7.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Come on, come on.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Buffalo 18. Ready,
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Now he's free at the 35. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 65 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. He'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready.
They go quickly here out to Moore. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get it. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Give up the middle to Strong.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And they will take over from...
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Here's Duggan to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This one swung outside to Strong.
And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
The toss out right to Gibbs.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A big pickup of 38. First down now with that clock rolling. Back to throw.
Now this aired out deep for Reed. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover They'll take over at their own 27.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Throwing, Duggan. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Duggan will look to throw this.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. After the sack on first down,
Duggan.
he's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down.
Well, partner, we know they came out with Auckland down on the scoreboard. That will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play. Really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fielded at about the 28.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there, 14 yards.
And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Let's go now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
They'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Now this aired out deep for Reed.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Duggan.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Dugan.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. It'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide open receiver.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
27-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
And now they'll shift things around.
Dragon 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's the receiver, Christian Watson.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Pressure comes and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Now back to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Okay.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Trap 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is a beauty, as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3. Duggan. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Jameson Williams,
and it's 3rd and short.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Duggan looking to throw.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the moment.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Carlson on for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This out quickly to Williams.
And he is out of bounds up past the 10. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Hold the set. '79 Broncos.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
19 tight.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Quick slant to Watson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Packers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That is incomplete.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Duggan now to throw.
He's airing it out for Williams.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
To throw is Duggan. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. There he goes, left side. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
This is 1st and 10.
They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
Buffalo 18. Set up. Let go. Ready.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the fair catch taken. No time will come off the clock. And they will begin this critical drive at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Duggan to throw.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Here comes 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
shotgun. They'll give to Gibbs. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. A critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So, advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Net score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
throwing. Duggan. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Duggan will look to throw this. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Back to throw again.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
134 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Lions are going to win this game.
And for the visitors, it is going to be